This thing's tiny. So there's three main prime lenses that I like to use. This is a very quick series of 3 videos about those 3 prime lenses. As I shoot with the Sony A7iii now, the 3 that I'm talking about are the 28mm f2, the 55 1.8, and my favourite, the 85 1.8. These 3 little videos are going to be all about using them with wedding photography. I will be doing a video series, but that's something that's going to come later on. All 3 lenses are light. Mirrorless cameras, light lenses, one of the main benefits that drew me to the system, to be honest. With regards to the 28mm, it's the smallest of the lot, weighing in at, which when paired with the A7iii is absolutely nothing. So as you can see, it's very small, very lightweight. There's really not much to this lens. It's not a 24mm, it's not a 35mm, it is in that in-between mark. Now I've gone from using the Sigma Art lens, the 24 to 35 f2, and that was my wide to medium wide lens, and that was lovely, don't get me wrong, the pitch quality of that was absolutely superb. I've been using this one now for 6 months, and other than the huge weight saving, the pitch quality of this is really good. It's got a couple of issues which I'll show you on the images. It depends on how you use it. I generally use it just for buildings, landscapes, large groups, but it is always with me. So as you can see, you've got a lovely smooth focus ring if you ever do need it to use it for manual, but it works wonderfully with the A7iii. In fact, all the Sony range, it's obviously going to work well. This is actually one of the first lenses they released, so it's quite old now, and in comparison to the 55 and the 85, it is good, but it is also, I'd class it as a budget lens. It comes in at under £400 or just over $400 in the US. I think really, if you're looking for 3 prime lenses, this is a good place to start. This will cover most things. It's quite discreet. Another reason why I like it, especially if you can use it for anything like street photography. It's not really for portraits. I've done a few shots as portraits, or I try to be creative with it. I do tend to use the 85 for that, but this 28mm really is quite good. So just showcasing the front and the back, as you can see, it's pretty straightforward. There isn't much to it other than the focus wheel. This generally just stays on one of my A7iii bodies, and the other one I tend to flick between the 55 and the 1.8. So we'll pop it on. I can show you what it looks like on camera body. There you have it. Very small, very lightweight. I think it actually really suits the size of the A7iii really well. I'd walk around with this all day. It's half the weight of my Canon system, especially when I'm comparing it to any of the Sigma Art Primes. The Sigma Art Primes are better, but they are more expensive. They are a lot heavier. Sometimes you just need something light, especially on a long wedding day. If you're like me and you like to carry 2 cameras around and you do like to use your prime lenses, this is certainly one I'd consider. I'm not going to go into too much detail with regards to the specs of the lens, but there are some images I want to show you. Let's go and have a look. Okay, we kick it off with a shot of the dress during preparations. The bokeh's pretty good in the corners, and as you can see, it's pin sharp in the middle. This really is a very sharp lens. Moving along as she arrived with mum. Again, very, very nice, pin sharp in the middle, as you can see, focusing on the mum's eyes. Lovely, lovely shot. Standard family portrait. The bokeh's okay, it gets a bit off, and I'm not sure I like it in this shot, as you can see there, but again, the subject is sharp. Group shot of everybody. I'm going to zoom in now to 300%, and you'll see it's still pretty good. It's pretty sharp, it's pretty clear, I can't complain about it. Another one where I tried to get some foreground bokeh, just focusing on the love made with their hands, and again, it is nice, and on this one the bokeh's lovely. One of my favourites from the summer, just a little bit of sun flare. Not much you can really say other than beautiful, sharp on the eyes. Moving on to the evening, again it's lovely, just the way the A7iii works with all the lenses. You can just see how sharp it is. absolutely lovely. Lovely bokeh on this one. And again, a slightly different angle just to show you the bokeh on the family members in the background. It's very pleasing, very nice, lovely shot. This isn't one of my best shots, but I just wanted to show what it's like with highlights, and the sparkler renditions come up rather lovely. And again, just another sparkler shot, and just showing the detail. And this is very, very low light, and the focusing has never been an issue. A couple of romantic shots now, just on an evening, just as the evening winds down. Again, we've got a flash off to the one side, AD200, and lit them from behind with the AD200 for this one. This one's one of my favourites, lead on the floor. And lovely finish. Am I pleased with this lens? Absolutely. For the price you pay and the results you can get, it is absolutely superb. So there we have it, the Sony 28mm f2. It's a lovely little lens, it's quite versatile. A few little issues, a little bit of warping on the edges, but it's nothing major. It's something that if you just want a light little lens and you need that wide angle, it really is good. It genuinely really is good. I think when used as a trio with the other prime lenses in this series, I think you have got a great setup. It doesn't need to bust the bank. You're looking under £1,500 or $1,500 just for all three. You'll notice none of these are 1.4. I try and go for the lighter lenses, the 1.8. I sometimes stop it down. I don't stop it down as often as I probably should. I do like to shoot wide open, but they do all perform really well wide open. And genuinely, when these images are blown up or printed, they are fantastic. I hope you like this quick look at what this 28mm can do in the world of weddings. I try and showcase some real world photos. These are client photos. These are ones that I have sent out and have been loved by the client. I think if you're on the Sony system, it's definitely worth considering this lens. The other two lenses in this series are more popular, I'm not gonna lie. They are both fantastic. This lens gets overlooked by a lot of people, but for the money, I do think it is worthwhile putting it in your camera bag. It will get used, especially if you like to use primes over a zoom lens. I think it's a great little lens. It's not perfect, but it's definitely one that will be staying in my kit bag. I don't see me ever selling it. I think in the future I'm going to be looking at using this and the 16-35 G Master. The G Master is of course a much more expensive lens. And there are times where I'm not really going to be able to use it or take it with me, make it in the way too much. It can be a bit awkward. I did at one point try the little 35mm 2.8 Samyang, and that is half the size of this. Literally comes up to there, and it's a great little lens, but I really wasn't loving the results out of that. That's even cheaper. That was budget price. If enough of you want to see anything from that lens, feel free to leave a note in the comments, and I'll see if I can grab one and do a quick review for you. So if you want a fast little wide angle prime lens, this really is worth considering. For what it is and the price that it's set at, it gets a thumbs up from me. Thanks again for watching. Stay tuned this week for the other two videos in this series about the 55mm 1.8 and the 85 1.8. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, click the bell notification if you want to be kept informed of the next video. Feel free to check out our other videos. We've got a wonderful video on the Tamron 28-75, which is also the highly recommended zoom lens. Let us know in the comments if there's anything else you want to see. We're still growing, we're still learning, we're still tweaking things to the way we produce our videos. These videos are camera related at the moment, and that is what we know well. Cameras, weddings, commercial, lenses. These are the things that we do know really well. There will be more tech-related videos coming to the channel soon, so stay tuned for that. Hope you've enjoyed this and you like this little series. Thanks again for watching, and see you in the next one.